Hey everybody, welcome back. My name is Mr. Campbell from MrCampbellRocks.com. I want to thank all of you for your support. A lot of you have probably already started school. Many of you are starting soon. We started today. We had all of our kids back. There's an energy and just it's so much fun to have the kids back in the building. Even if it's a little bit different, the kids bring the energy. They are the battery of the school that keeps it going. So today we're going to be talking about Google Drive. This is actually a special request from Virginia Blaine. She is a follower down in Dallas Independent School District, I believe. And she sent me a very kind email, and I just feel like I owe this to her. She made my day, so I'm going to make hers with the tutorial. So we're going to go over some of the basics of Google Drive. And Google Drive is very similar to it's a digital file cabinet. So when we think about education, we think about teaching, think about your first year teaching. Most likely you had a mentor teacher or a coach, hopefully, right, if it was done well, and you kind of copied their system. And then as you grew as a teacher or a leader or whatever role you're playing or you have, is you kind of created your own style. That's very similar to Google Drive. There is no right way, there is no wrong way, just like there is no right way or wrong way to organize a file cabinet. And so there's other people that do it differently than I do. For some, it might be better. For others, it might be worse. It also takes time to organize it. And so if you've already started or if you're just starting from scratch, it's hard because you don't know what it's going to look like in a year or 2 or 3. And so you set up a system one way and then it changes over time. And so I usually spend 2 or 3 days every summer kind of reorganizing, cleaning out my Google Drive, my file cabinet. Any files that I'm not going to use anymore, I don't save them, right? Or I put them in a file where they don't interact with my other stuff. So let's just talk about some of the basics. When you log into Google Drive, this is what it will look like. You're going to have a big new plus button here. You'll have priority here. When I click on priority, this is going to be any file in my drive that I've used recently or multiple times over the past 7 to 10 days. You can imagine that as like a priority inbox, where if you get emails from particular people that you regularly get emails for, those become basically priority emails. Very similar to priority drive. Okay. Then you'll have My Drive. Your drive is where all of your files that you have created, that you have uploaded, that you have downloaded, that you have basically started or put in your drive. You can always make a copy, specifically when you're working in Google, you can always make a copy of a file and add that to your drive. So for example, there's a resource page that I shared out a couple weeks ago that was created by somebody on Facebook. I have actually copied that and put that in my drive, so I will have that forever. These are my folders in my drive. So I have a file cabinet, that's the school I'm currently at. I have a file cabinet that's created by using Google Classroom. I have some quick files that I'm using a lot recently as we're creating basically things to go out to the community. I have a whole file for COVID graphics, which is like hand washing and sanitizer and 6 feet and just different things like that. Then I have a bunch of school logo designs as we're putting stuff on our social media pages for our middle school. And then obviously a marquee that I update regularly. Anytime I have a Google Meet that's recorded, it automatically gets saved to this drive here. You'll notice that I have arrows up and down here. That means that there are subfolders in that individual file or folder. So if I click previous schools, what you'll see here is you'll have all of my files from my previous years, both as a teacher and as an administrator. I can close that file. Again, if I come up here to marquee stuff, you'll see I don't have any other folders in there, so it just goes down. Same with logos. If I go to classroom, right, it'll pull up my multiple classes if I have that there. Screencastify is automatically created when I download the Screencastify extension, whether that's free or paid. There's a tutorial that I'll link to that you can go learn about Screencastify. So there's that. Then we have shared drives. Shared drives is something that Google came out with a couple years ago, and essentially in your domain, right? So my domain is my district domain, Jordan District. Those are files that are saved within the domain that not one individual person owns. And they're fantastic because in education you have people that move schools, move jobs, move positions. Well, those folders stay static. And so you don't have to share those folders, they're just there, and when a new person comes in, you just add them to that shared folder. When they leave, you remove them from that shared folder. And we have different roles or rights in those shared folders. And so these are the folders that have been created both at my school. So for example, let's go to our admin drive. So this is myself, the other assistant principal, and the principal have a drive that is just shared between us. And we have different years here. We have trainings that we go to together. We have ideas that we're working on. We have projects that we're working on. And I am actually new to the school. I came here about a month ago, so these were shared with me about a month ago. And the previous assistant principal who moved on to a high school has now been removed from those files. So it's great as far as keeping things static and all of the information in the right place. These folders are set up exactly like the My Drive folders. If I click on 2021, you're going to see all of the things that we're working on, right? This is our COVID plans. So we had to create a COVID plan for the community. Our 7th grade orientation, which we finished yesterday. Hacking School Discipline. This is a book that we were all reading. It has all of our notes and what we were doing. Opening meetings. This is how we were going to walk teachers through what this looks like coming back to school, whether it was online or not. And then we have our school maps and different things that we have in this folder. So that is the shared drive. Those are the two drives that you're working with. Now, down here where it says shared with me, these are files that have been shared with you as an individual. And you're going to have hundreds, if not thousands, over time. Whether you use Google Meet, whether you use Google Classroom, whether you're on a small team, an interdisciplinary team, a grade level team, anytime a document gets shared with you, it goes to this file. So I get probably 3 or 4 files shared with me every day. For example, it was our first day of 7th grade. We're taking pictures for our memory book. We had somebody come and take pictures. All of those got shared with me. I then put them in a separate shared folder for this year's memory book. We had a slideshow that we created for our students when they came back today. That was shared with me. It is not part of my drive, but it is shared with me. And you can see these are the most recent files that have been shared with me. All right. Now, when I click on recent, these are files that I have recently been working on or working with, and they could come from anywhere. These are individual files. So when I click here, you'll see that these are files that I've been working with, and there's more photos that were just sent to me recently. So these are the 4 files that I was working with today. Starred. Very similar to an email where you can star the email and it basically makes it a priority. I can star individual files and they show up here. So what does that look like? So we'll just go here. Let's do this. First day instructions. So there's people looking at this already. Right up here, there's a little star. I can star that, and you'll notice that that turns to a star. So if I go back and click on starred, you'll see that that first day document created right there. Okay. I can also trash items. Again, I have 131 gigabytes worth of information. A lot of that is video because I'm in charge of some end of year videos and kind of always have been. But if I go to trash, it'll have all of my files that have been trashed. The great thing about Google Drive is it's a double delete. So if I want to actually remove these forever, I could delete all of these and remove them forever. Storage, if I click on there, it's going to give me a list of all of my files by size and where they are. And you'll notice I have all of these videos right? A bunch of different things that we created. We did a parking video and, Much Ado About Nothing. There's a play. I do not know what this is. 12 gigabyte. That's a massive. The digital talent show, that was something that we put on YouTube. Anyway, so that's how the drive is organized. Across the top here, you'll have drive. This will take you just to your home, right? Your drive. You can search for things here, and you have amazing search capabilities for drive. So when I click on this, any type of document, I can search for anything here. And you'll notice these are all, not all, but mostly Google related files. But if I want to search for an audio file, maybe there's a test that I read out loud last year that I need to find, and I put it in my drive, I could search for that and it's going to pull up these audio files. Maybe it's a podcast that I uploaded, right? There's just music. There's all sorts of stuff, right? If I come back here again, and I can change drawings. Let's see if I have any drawings. I think I probably have a few. Maybe not. Yep, so these are drawings, right? Stuff by students, logos that we've created, data maps, mind maps that we were working on with students a couple years ago. So different things like that. So you can search by that. You can also search by who is the owner. So if I want to go find a PDF that's not owned by me or that's owned by a specific person, and then I could actually type in that email. Brandy, she's the other assistant principal, and I want to search anywhere. You can start to find stuff very, very specific when you start to look for this, because after a while, right, 131 gigabytes worth of information, there's a lot of stuff that's going to pull up when I search for things. And I could just put anywhere. Date modified. Let's say I know it's within the past 90 days. I want to narrow this down. I click search. So it's going to pull up every PDF that Brandy owns that she shared with me in the past 90 days. And that's basically what this means right here. So you'll see the 90 days. Today's 8/25. It just went back 90 days. After this date, who the owner is. And it basically creates like a Google search, but within your drive. It is amazing. And a lot of people do not use this for what it could be. You can search by the item name, has the words, shared with. It's just, it's fantastic, right? And you can do a lot more with this. I don't want to spend a ton of time there. So we'll delete that. You also have your settings up here, and you can get a Drive for desktop. And essentially what that does is Google basically then downloads Drive for your desktop, and all of your files on your desktop, whether that's a PC or a Mac, will be backed up anywhere that you are, which is fantastic. It does take some room on your computer, but you can also get keyboard shortcuts. You can also go to settings. You can change different things. This is where you would change your language, your density of what this looks like. So if I want to go cozy, it just shrinks things a little bit, very similar to Gmail. How do my notifications? Okay. If I want to manage my apps. So these are the apps that I have connected with Drive. Over here, this will give us a list view. Some people do better with this. I'm a visual person, and so obviously that's why I make videos and help people out and do that, is these are visual. This is actually what the document looks like. So if I click on this, this is our bell schedule. If I go back to Drive, you'll see that that's exactly what it looks like. Now here, in the description of individual files, it's going to tell you whether it's a Word file, a sheet, right? A Google Doc, a slide, a folder, a PDF. I'm trying to think if there's an Excel file right there. So you'll see.
From the website kb.benchmarkemail.com.
Okay, Google, turn off. It's fantastic. My Google's listening to me, or my wife. But that's part of having 9 people in a family. So that is all of the basics of Drive. Now, when we go to search results, we can get a shareable link, so of any document, and we can actually share that with people. We can add additional people to that search result. We can view individual documents right there instead of clicking on it. We'll go to the next document, and it'll just bring up those documents so I can look through those. And this is based on all of the results that are on this page. So it's going through each individual document. It's going from here to here to here to here to here. I can trash can this whole thing, right? I can also move it to a folder, and you have more options here. And you can save this as a start, so the search would be a star. You can rename it, basically like a bookmark in your web browser, right? This always just gives you a little bit of information on individual files. It'll tell you how big it is, when it was last updated, who opened it, who created it. You can also add a title description. You can make it so viewers can download. There are so many amazing things with Google Drive, and I probably should do a longer tutorial with those individually. But if we want to add a new file to a Google Drive, we click on New, and you have 6 options that are here, just right here, and then you have more after this. So let's go through this. If I want to add a folder, let's say I have a folder of pictures on my desktop, I want to upload that, I would do a folder upload here. This is to create a new folder, apologies. This is if I want to upload an individual file. Maybe I just have a PDF on my desktop that I want to upload here, which is what some of these are. Google Doc. I can grab a blank document, or I can create one from a template. Google Sheets, it's the same. Google Slides, it's the same. If we go more, this is going to pull forms, drawing, Jamboard, AppScript, and anything else that I have connected to my drive. So you'll notice that I have some other things connected here. So there's a Drive template gallery, which is fantastic if it still works. But essentially, these are public documents or files that people around the world have created and basically put out there for people to copy and then put in their drive. This is my district, so if I just put general, MLA report, APA report, I mean, so if I'm a teacher, right, I don't have to have my students waste all this time creating MLA documents. I can just share this with them and it's already formatted, right? I know there's part of learning in the process, but as a 9th grader and 8th grader learning for the first time, it's not necessarily ideal to make your kids do that. So it goes through different things. There's these different setup for Google Documents. So going back to Drive, if you have questions, I'd love to hear comments and different things like that. We could probably spend another time later on a more in-depth tutorial. But again, this is for you out there in Dallas, and I want to make sure I get her name. Yep, Virginia Blaine. Thank you so much for your kind email. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm glad that you're here. And all of you that are here, I love you. I appreciate you. And I'm glad that you're here as well.